So you want to do enderman in the cheapest way possible? Well, here's what you need. So what I have in my inventory here is a Final Destination set. It's got about 2k kills on it, maybe 3k. What you want to put on it is Rejuvenate 5, Hot Potato Books, Growth 5, Prot 5, you know the deal. And that's good for the armor. Now what you need is an Atom Slit Katana. Doesn't have to be as max as this, just needs a 1 for all, maybe a Fine Jasper, and some Hot Potato Books. Or you're also going to need a Wand of Atonement, Ultimate Wise 5, Gloomlock Grimoire, a Soul Whip with Mana Steel 3 and the Sapphire Power Scroll, an Endstone Sword, doesn't need anything on it, and a Necromancer Sword with 4 Tank Zombie Souls. And also a level 100 Baby Yeti. This can be epic or legendary. I'm going to use epic even though it's weaker for this test, and I'll show you. You don't even need a legendary. In total, this setup's going to cost about 135 mil. So with that, let's get started. So if I go into the end here, we're first going to start off with spawning mobs. What we're going to need is 2 Force Necromancer Lord armor. But this sword does have Ultimate Wise 5, so it only costs about 1,000 mana to summon the mobs. If you don't have Ultimate Wise 5, it's going to cost about 2,000, which is not that big of a deal. You can still find other ways to summon it. Just make sure you have 2 pieces of Necromancer armor and you'll be fine. So right now I'm just going to click this, and we've got 4 Tank Zombie Souls now. That's all you need for your pre-preparation boss. Oh, that's right, my damage is not very good. Let me just tell you, I've basically gotten rid of all of my talisman. I've just kept a bunch of epics for attack speed. There's just some epics and legendaries. Now these are all enriched on crit chance, and I don't have an ender artifact on me right now. You can see I'm getting 172 crit damage and 194 strength. So I've nerfed my talismans to combat for the fact that I have combat 60, as well as a higher kata level for the ancient buff. Now if we go and hit an enderman, I'm doing 700k, 790k, 800k, around that. And that's with a baby yeti. If we use the ability, about 1,000,000 damage. So right now I'm drinking milk to get rid of my god potion because it does have an end portal fumes mix-in, which has an enderman slayer level 8 requirement, and most people don't have that. So I'm drinking another god potion just to get rid of that. And anyways, let's just start the boss and I'll show you how it works. This armor has gotten lots of buffs instantly, which is why you can now do this. Because before you would need a lot more stuff, but now I'm just gonna show you how to do it in a less than 200 million coin setup. So spawn the boss, use the Wand of Atonement, and then you want to just hit it with the Soul Whip, and then you can just keep on doing this. And whenever you go in, you want to use the Wand of Atonement and then the Endstone Sword, and make sure to back up while you're hitting it. And then you just get out of there. Just make sure you use the Wand of Atonement and every time you can. And when you go in, use the Wand of Atonement and then use the Endstone Sword. And with that, you just keep on getting it down. I'd say about 20 mil health each time you go in. And if you can just get it down each phase by using a Soul Whip swap, so you actually don't need to risk your life going back in. Although it's a lot more inefficient doing that, I'd rather just go in and just hit it, smack it around a few times. Make sure you always want to have some overflow mana ready. Every time you go in, you always want to have about 370 mana-ish, just so you can activate both abilities and get the max effect. And there's that. That was a bit slow because I decided to Soul Whip swap. You probably shouldn't do that all that often, but that's that. Make sure to back up or you're going to take a lot more damage. Now beacon phase, just make sure you get the beacons, not that tough. And let's go in again here. I forgot to use the Gloomlock, but that's fine. I'm gonna do that so it gets into the hits phase. Try to use the Gloomlock at least every other phase whenever it's in its hits phase, or the lasers. But yeah, you can also just back up into the beacon just so you can keep on getting more damage. Make sure you're always using the Soul Whip. And try to stay away from the boss when you don't have the endstone sword active. I realized I did not use it there correctly. So we're gonna try that again. Now we're in the third phase. This is the heads phase. It's really not that much different. Just make sure you always look at the heads in between while you're getting your mana back up. You can also look at the heads and angle yourself around while you hit the boss. But just always have the... just like that, you can angle yourself around and maneuver yourself away from the boss. This boss is pretty straightforward. Just make sure whenever you go in, always have the endstone sword ability up. Because that will basically just carry you through this. Also, make sure you're always shifting while you're hitting the boss. It's about to die to the timer, so I better hurry up here. Never mind, the server just wants to die. But yeah, it's dead. Barely did it before the timer. Now for those of you that are still here, I'm going to be using a little bit of a better setup with 7k kills on it, and it's recomped, and I'm just going to show you how much easier it is compared to this setup that I bought 2 minutes ago. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm spotting the boss. You can tell I'm not taking as much damage now. But anyways, we're just gonna do the same thing as before. You can really go a little bit more aggressive with a better armor set, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm just saying, just a little bit of improvement goes a long way in these bosses. Your time will be decreased by so much, and it'll really help out. Always make sure you're backing up while you're hitting the boss and going in, so that it just doesn't chain hits on you as easily, and it's only hitting you with the AoE effect. I'm taking a little bit more risks here because, well, I do have a lot more experience. If you don't really know what you're doing, don't be this risky and like try to back into a beacon. Just remember, you don't have to get the enderman down into another phase every single time you go in. You can always just wait up, heal, and just go in another time. You'll be fine. It doesn't matter. You see, I'm just gonna wait here. I'm just gonna recharge a lot of things so I can go back in better prepared. And I don't have to risk my whole boss just to get it down into another hits phase, like what I was doing before. You can also just hit it with the soul whip while it's going down in its hits phase, because that'll just help your bosses be a little bit faster. Make sure you always use the gloom lock. I sometimes forget. Just remember there are 3 things you need to do before you start hitting the boss. Wand of Atonement, endstone sword, and then the atom split. And you're good to go. Well, you can see how much easier I'm doing this boss. You can almost do a sub 3 with this. Just a little bit of improvement in the setup. This boss is dead, basically. Yep, there you go. You can see it's a lot easier if you just improve your setup by just a little bit. Now there are a few tips that I'd just like to leave you on. There are a lot of little support items that could help you out in doing enderman, such as the weird tuba. This will give you 30 strength, which is really helpful. It'll increase your damage by a little bit. The pigment sword also helps out, gives you defense, and the right click ability on the gloom lock grimoire can actually heal you. If you're really desperate for it, you can use this to get healing. Just remember, I have a lot more experience in doing enderman. Enderman taking a lot of skill to do. There's a lot of factors that go into it, such as looking at the heads, getting the beacons, making sure your health is on. I can do this all easily because I've had a lot of practice doing this. If you're brand new, it might take a little bit of practice to get this down. So just be aware of that and don't give up. Because trust me, it'll get easier. But anyway, with that, that's going to be all for today's video. So if you did enjoy, and if this did help you out in any way, shape, or form, do give me some support, because that would mean a lot to me, and I would be very happy. Also press that red subscribe button, and that would also make me happy. Yeah? Okay, good. So yeah, that's all I have for today, and bye.